All right. Oh, look who's here. Wow.
Are you talking about
Nice to see you. Mikey's here. That a girl. It's a new year. Come on. All right. We're done. All right. Making a mess. Making a mess.
trying to win something, okay?
That a girl. Come on.
I have to win, right? Oh,
It's called the early sign-in sheet.
it's 9:30.
No, what time is it?
9:30.
What time is it?
9:30.
I have no. Look, you're late.
9:30. I haven't won anything.
Oh, see what you started? See? You did. All right, another rock title book. Another. Okay. All right, gang. Time to start the show.
Okay, sounds good, Kate.
Sounds good, Linda. Sounds good. Good morning, gang. Wow, there's some faces here that we haven't seen in a while. Very nice, very nice. Who knew? Who knew? Everybody signed in on the sheet? Yeah. All right, the executive decision, gang. Do we let the new girl sign the sheet? What do you think?
Yes.
She's late. She's one time? All right. Of course we let you sign it, But usually it's right there where Linda is. Linda guards it with her life.
I do. Seriously, I tell everybody to sign
Right.
in.
So make sure you do it when you walk in. That means you got here on time or early or all that stuff. So you got this, Wendy? Okay, beautiful thing. All right, again, good morning, good morning. We're going to get to Mr. Morgan today. Anyone been in his class or in the past when he talked about the all-in-one loan? No? Good. Okay. Oh, you have? Good. Okay. I've been in it 2 or 3 times, and it's a little much.
We're gonna dial this in.
But it's something you need to know. It's something you might want to do yourself if you want to buy a house. Just saying. Okay. So we'll get to John in a little bit. If you need a headshot, Sean is going to be here. I don't know the dates. The dates are on here, I think, or maybe they're not. They have to call. Yeah, you call Sean. He'll set up a time. He'll hold a conference room for you. He's relatively inexpensive. For $100, you get 12 headshots. And you can bring in 12 different outfits. I recommend you don't do that, okay? No quick change stuff going on here, but bring 3 or 4 things, a jacket or whatever, a sweater, so you don't have 12 of the same. And then he'll do his best with his wife to upsell you on some business cards in a really nice way, okay? So if you need that stuff, it might be something you want to do, but call him directly. He's a good guy. He was on Star Trek back in the day. Swear to God, with Dr. Spock and Captain Kirk. He was on the Enterprise, whatever it was called, with them. Okay, the E&O is due next month. Did we throw it in here, Suze? Or no? No? Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Next week, we're going to have our attorney, Alex, attend the meeting. Maybe live, maybe on Zoom, just so you know what the risk management policy is, how it works, what it covers. You need to know it. Not that you'll ever use it, hopefully. Hopefully you'll never get sued. But if you do get sued, it's just an amazing policy. It covers things that you would never think it covers, that are not covered at other places, okay? I worked at, 5 Remaxes. Miller, how many Remaxes you work for?
About 5.
About 5, yeah. And it's the same company, but they're all different, franchise owners. So a lot of the things are not the same. And they all had a $5,000 or $10,000 deductible if you got sued. Whether you were, that's before you go to court, before you do a deposition. Bada bing, write a check to Landmark Insurance for $5,000. and your head would explode if you were at RE/MAX at the time, but that was the deal. Here, there's no deductible, but Alex will cover that, okay? We'll go through this real quick. Congratulations to the $1 Million Club, the top teams, the top 25. We know Lauren and Carol did great. Fantastic. Okay, moving right along. Okay? After 4 Thursdays, it gets a little old showing you the same stuff here, you know? Here's the latest numbers. I always like to look at this and then the next one. That's last year in January. And I broke it. And this is today. And down here is last year too. So it kind of gives you an idea of if we're on track to do better than last January or worse. How do you think we're doing? Sales-wise, are we on target to do the same as last year or more or less? More. More? Okay, let's find out. Last January we sold, let's call it 1,600 single-family homes, 1,578. So far this month we've sold 807. And we're 3 weeks in. So we're a little behind. Just saying, okay? But January is always kind of slow, okay? January is usually time for a lot of new listings and stuff like that. So that's our latest numbers. That's January of last year. Here's Rev Up for those other Rev Up. I don't know. Yep, there you go. Cartwright was in there yesterday, you know. I don't know if there's any other mentees. There are, but they've taken it already, I think. They've been through the class, okay? This is something I recommend you go to. It's on a Tuesday in Green Valley. They do this twice a year, whatever. Breakfast with the builders. And they probably have 20 builders come in there with a table, you know, and you can walk around and kill a lot of birds with one stone as far as getting the lenders' cards, finding out what incentives they have, what's standing inventory. Wendy's working on doing that here, okay? I think they have builders, obviously, from all over the Henderson and Las Vegas. We're going to try to concentrate more on Summerlin, I think. Not that we're picky, but we're here. So, but I would recommend going to this. Okay, if nothing, you'll get a lot of business cards and some contacts that you can make for your buyers. If you need some more CE, Mike is coming to town. Well, he's here, not coming to town. He does a great solar class. So, anyone sell solar lately, or buy a house with solar? Yeah. Did it go good? Did it go easy? Was it a pain in the butt? Do you remember?
It was a pain in the butt.
Was it? Okay.
No, they took the solar off the house so we could do the deal.
Yeah.
Your buyer didn't want the Your buyer didn't want the solar?
No, the seller didn't, we couldn't get any offers in, so we took the solar off, lowered the price, we sold the house.
Oh, you're a seller.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, did he have to pay?
That's what it cost him.
It's 10 grand to move it, then he had to buy more panels because his other house was a lot bigger.
Oh, so he moved it to his next house. Oh. Wow.
Now that happened twice.
Really?
Yeah, where they took it off and took it with them.
Never in a million years.
We couldn't make the deal go without it.
How nutty is that? Wow. Okay. Hey, you know we all want what we want here. That Fatima?
Just something heads up on the solar, it's been a couple of years, but when you do, so this was my mistake, yeah. So what happened was when the solar is there, so beware, it takes at least 60 days plus.
For what?
For them to even process everything, because once you send it to, it usually does.
Well, that was in California in 2021, in Vegas, and yeah. But that's why you want to come to Mike's class.
It's a different solar company.
Yeah, each one is different. Some are quick, some are slower. You know, there's Greenleaf and Good Leap, or I don't know, Goodyear, or you know, you guys have heard these names. I don't know. But that's why Mike is your guy. If you have a solar deal, and me and Wendy don't know the answer, we're going to tell you to call Mike, and he'll take your phone call. Okay?
He has a service
Right.
that your sellers will pay for to do all of that paperwork and get it done for your closing.
Not only that he has warranties to cover
Right.
the solar is paid off.
Real quick example, so we don't harp on this. I'm the seller. I open up escrow, and the solar is a whole other thing, right? Paperwork, escrow officer got to get involved. For $400, is it worth it for Mike to handle all that stuff?
Yes.
Yes. So you call up the other agent and you say, "Look, dude, come on, Brandon. Let's spend $200 a piece, or convince our clients to spend it so this goes smoothly." Okay. So that's one of the services that he does, and I think he even inspects the solar separate from a home inspection. So, but come to the class. If nothing else, he's a great contact to have in your phone. Okay.
You have to remember also that if a solar is paid off, the warranty no longer exists. exists.
Pretty much, yeah. You might have, that's where Mike can come in and give you some warranty companies to use. This is free CE from Matthew, CE by Matthew, so there's some classes coming up at the other offices. The next one here is in February 6th. The other three, 27th, 10th, and 20th, are at the other three offices. So if you need the core classes, it's not a that's what I like about Matthew. He gives you the free core classes, legal, agency, contracts, law, all that stuff. He's not going to do a class on, mortgages or something like that. So you might want to do this. It's free. Or, of course, go to Key. You got the email. We just renewed with Key. So we're excited about that. So use Key or Michael and save a couple $100. If you're new, come to Rev Up on March 4th. February 4th. Onboarding. Close enough. Rev Up, onboarding, same thing. No, come to onboarding. Jeff will be doing it. Jeff is back at the Northwest office. If you know Jeff, call him and say hi or pop in there. He looks great, sounds great, good guy. He's back. That's the QR code for our training calendar that you guys are, I'm sure, visiting every single day. Maybe every single week or something, but try to click on it. Wendy puts some time in there, links to the classes, all that. Speaking of Key, that's the QR code. I think the link was down for a couple of days. Some of you had trouble logging into Key, but they fixed it, right? We're all good? When? We're all good? Yeah, okay. All right, where's our rock title, incredible rep? There she is, gang. Heather Mirich, everybody. Yay!
Okay, so last time I was here, I talked about, Title Pro 247, where you guys can log in 24/7 to get your profile. That also works for farms. So on that same website, there's a list, and you can drop there. You can play around with your own farms. You can do it yourself. However, most people want to go through me, and I have our customer service girl pull those for you because it's a conversation. Like, let's figure out who you want to target. But you can spend money on mailers. You can door knock for free. But you can also get referrals from other sources. And farming, to me, is not just mailers. So I put this form together a while ago, but it's how to build your referral partners. So a lot of times, I spent probably 10 years in a weekly networking group. You guys have probably heard of BNI, LaTip, Pro Business Connections. And it's a lockout category. So you have one person in each category. So you have a CPA, you have an attorney, you have a mortgage person, you have a realtor. Real estate agent's hard to have an opening spot. So, and when I was a lender, I created my own group so I could build it that way. But the main thing is it's not always easy to just walk into an estate planning attorney's office or your CPA and just say, here, refer me. But it's a lot easier for you to refer to them. And then there's a book called Giver's Gain, or part of a book. If you give them referrals, they're more likely to think of you when they have business, to remember you. So questions, you guys work with your clients. A lot of times the question is, do you have an estate plan now? Do you have a trust? You don't? Okay, would you be open to talking to my estate planning attorney? Who does your taxes? Or you don't really have anyone consistent? Okay, would you be open to talking to my CPA? And I have different questions, and it's just questions to ask them to plant the seed so you can turn your client into a referral for maybe one person, maybe 5 people. And do you have a lender? Obviously, that's where John comes in. So you know how to do that. It also works for so many other categories. So just a little questions I put together to plant seeds for other professions. So keep that in mind. And as always, you can call me, text me, and email me. So thank you.
Heather, everybody. We didn't get to Sharon last week. She blew us off for helping out an agent instead of being in our meeting, but that's what she's supposed to do. Do we want to go over this a little bit? Does everyone know what this is?
What is that form?
I don't know. I don't know either. I haven't, but Sharon knows.
Which form does this property go to?
New construction?
Who said new construction? Is he right?
Yeah.
What about regular houses? Can I use it on a regular house? Can I, Sharon? Can I use it on a regular house? Sharon? Yeah, see, little, yeah. So this is a form that a lot of us forget when you're doing a new home sale. That's why Sharon is reminding you. This'll,
I get a lot of questions on where to find this one, new construction company, D.R. Morton, that only provides this form for you. But other than that, this form is a transaction desk, and it's only for new construction.
That's it.
So it's when you open a sky slope, it's the second one that's required above the purchase agreement. So, and it's only between you and the agent, our agent, and the buyer. It has nothing to do with the builder at all. So we get a lot of that questions too. It's like, the builder doesn't want to sign this, and it's not for them.
Is this on our checklist as mandatory for new homes?
It is.
Yep.
Yes.
So keep that in mind. If on the checklist you have a check mark, that means that form is mandatory based on a new home or a resale property, okay? Everybody go with this?
It's kind of like a duty zone.
Yeah, duties, yeah. So,
It's kind of like that, even though duty zone is still required to as well.
So
But this is in addition to.
would you recommend when I meet my buyer who wants a new home, we do the BBRA, we do the duties owed, and we do this all at the same time,
You can do that.
right?
Is there a time frame that you have to be in
No,
72 hours?
it does not.
Okay.
Well, after you get assigned, it's got to be in 72 hours,
Yes.
okay? But it might be something, if you can remember on new homes, put this in with your BBRA and your duties owed, and you don't forget about it, okay? Because again, it's hard to go back to people at the end of the deal to sign something. It's always awkward. Like, how come you didn't give it to me in the beginning? I thought you were a good agent. Now my confidence in you is dwindling because you're having me sign all this stuff at the end. So keep this on your checklist, okay? Wendy, I think, is kind of quiet today. She says you're okay. Anything you want to?
Good, just real quick, sorry, I say I'm not going to talk.
She always says, yeah. I got nothing to say, Tim.
No,
So
I said, no, not today. But, the breakfast with the builders down in Henderson, we're gonna try to get that going over here at least once this year, probably middle of the year, but Heather and I are working on something. I'm gonna let you know about it, even though it's not like set in stone, but we are going to do, what were we calling it?
Sweet connection.
Sweet Connection. So we're gonna have vendors.
You have your
come in.
phone? You have your phone
Landscapers
in your hand?
will
Take a
put
picture. Take a two.
in
I
to
don't
our
have my phone.
industry. They'll set
Yeah,
up
and send it to
tables,
me.
and then we're gonna do it hopefully right around the Thanksgiving time. They'll bring some.
Valentine's.
Sorry, Valentine's Day. Sorry. I'm like all out of sorts with my dates. But yes, so Valentine's Day, they'll bring in some sweets and some drinks and whatnot, and you'll stop at each table. And that way you guys can make a roster of vendors. Because we get that question a lot. We don't like to refer, this is my one vendor for this. So pick up some cards and give them, so you have multiple referrals for your people. So we are trying to organize that. We don't have a set date and everything, but once we do, it'll be coming here shortly because, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So, but that's all I have going on. So.
Thanks, Win. Gotcha.
And then if you guys do have vendors that you work with that you trust, you can give those vendors to me or Wendy, and because we're going to have limited vendors available for the event.
Very nice. Before we get to John, hopefully you guys watch the news, listen to the news, go to certain real estate websites, know what's going on. There's this thing with the president and investors, right? He's trying to put the kibosh on that. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but there's an article today in the RJ about it, where the local reporter is talking about what the Trump administration is trying to do. And believe it or not, no one's going to know this answer. If you know this answer, Wendy's going to give you $100. What does that number represent?
The number of investors.
Number of investors.
No. Good try, though. Good
Give me
try.
my 100, Wendy.
According to UNLV Real Estate, I think it's called the Lead Institute of Real Estate, that's how many single-family homes are in Nevada or Clark County. No, let's not get crazy. That's the total. So our houses are in there. As of 2023, 80,000 of them were by investors. So 14%. So I don't know if you think that's a big number or a small number. I think it's kind of big, 14%, right? That seems like kind of big to me. Now, that's 2 years ago, so I don't know if that number's gone up. It probably has gone up and then it's gone down. It's been 2 years. So, but again, just some crazy stats that you guys might want to keep in your little memory bank here. And these are the two biggest hedge funds that own, not a majority of the 80,000, but a big chunk of them. If you remember Progress Residential, if you were a buyer's agent over the last 3 or 4 years, GK Properties had a ton of those. That was his hedge fund that he hooked up with. And the other one is Invitation Homes, okay? Again, these are just things, and I think they're going to start listing these properties a couple of our mentees have been making offers, and these guys are the owners. So, and they bought it in 21 or 22 or 18, and now they're starting to get rid of them. So I think we're going to see that some of these hedge funds or investors are going to start getting rid of the properties. So kind of keep that in mind, okay? One more thing before we get to John. We usually don't let people come back here that used to work here. We're really picky about that, you know? Some agents are a pain in the ass. You don't want them to come back. You know, we love you, but enjoy yourself somewhere else. But we love when she comes back. Where is she? Maria, everybody, say hello. Yay, yay, yay! It scares me that she's here. She must want something. I don't know. Wendy, you take care of her, please. I don't know what she wants. You know, there's something going on here. I don't know. But that's.
Starbucks machine working?
It is today. Yes. There you go.
See, there you go.
Yeah, the last two meetings it was broken, but we got it fixed. You know, thanks to Amy. Amy was a crazy person with the coffee people to get them in here. You know, they were in no rush to get out here, and she kind of cracked the whip. But nice to see you, as always. Okay. All right, kids. John Morgan is going to talk about this all-in-one loan, and he's also going to talk a little bit about Buffini before you forget, or maybe not. Okay, maybe not. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, John Morgan. Come on up, Johnny. Say hello. Yay!
Before we get started, Wind Down is next Wednesday here at Summerlin. We had it at Southwest yesterday. Had a
Is
pretty
it?
good time. It was
January
actually-
28th? There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
They actually had a good crowd and lots of laughs. So
That was yesterday?
Yeah.
Where was it? I'm sorry. Was it?
Southwest.
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Okay,
oh,
good.
Broker Otero.
Wow, good old Marky baby. Okay.
So that was good. And then headlines, they're just headlines. He likes
Yeah.
making headlines.
He does.
He does get a lot of those accomplished, but in this environment with there's so much oversight and so many people with their hands in it, it's gonna take him a long time to get this put into place. And for the investor one, they have so much money and they're super smart. They're going to figure out how to get around it and get their homes. So,
He's now the director of the, chairman of the Peace Department.
Board of Peace.
Yeah.
Bob. Yep, he's now bobbing. Board of Peace. So.
Port of Peace. God help us.
All right. So I know some of you guys have seen the all-in-one, and I learned that the best way. Where is that one?
Before you get going,
Yes.
all right,
There.
before we forget to do this, what do we got? We got a T-shirt, we got a pad, we got another Rock Title book. Love these books from Rock Title. And a couple of other little tchotchkes in here. From 1 to 20, Maria, pick a number. So it's Maria's gig here. She messes it up, it's her fault. Come on, pick a number 1 to 20.
12.
12.
Oh, don't make me win again.
Is it Mike White?
I didn't say 12.
Disqualified. She's scoring her word.
Mike White, baby. And it's funny, when Mike gets here early, and just so you know, when he walked in, I said, Mike, just so you know, you can't win this shit anymore. We're not going to allow you to win it. You've won it too many times, and he won it again. Unbelievable. Mike White, there you go.
Because he actually picks a different spot to put his name on, and he wins every time.
We're running out of stuff to give you guys, so I told him we're going to have to start buying it back from him. Because we're not going to have anything to give you here, you know? So, way to go, Mikey.
All right. So all-in-one. When they say all-in-one, they mean that your bank account and your mortgage is all in one. So if there's money in your bank account, it counts towards your principal. All right? So we're going to leave that there. So some of the history of this is Australia is the first one that did this, and they still do it. It's their primary mortgage plan. Because in Australia, anything you earn on your savings account, any interest you earn on your savings account is taxed at 50%. No incentive to save in Australia. Okay? So they came up with a
that's
great
crazy.
idea. It's like, okay, well, what if we link a bank account to the mortgage, call it an offset account, and instead of dumping money in savings and earning interest, they put it in this account and lower interest. Okay? So that's where we got it from, and we're the only ones with it. We brokered out to a few people. We started it in 2008, and it has never been defaulted on. Think about that. 2008 till now, not one of these loans has ever been defaulted on. Okay? Couple reasons. Number one, this is not for your everyday borrow. It's not for your FHA, I don't have much money, I need down payment assistance, I live paycheck to paycheck. This ideally works for anybody with at least $2,000, $2,500 disposable income each month. So if you have that much money left in your account each month, this is a good idea. Whether you want to turn it into a portfolio, let it grow your portfolio and invest in real estate, or if you just want to pay off your home faster. Because since 2008, average payoff time on this loan is about 7 to 8 years. Okay? 7 to 8 years, and you actually don't make a mortgage payment in 7 to 8 years.
See the light at the
You
top?
don't make a mortgage payment on this
You can make it smaller.
plan. You don't make an additional mortgage
Bigger.
payment.
Yeah.
So you're like, this is bullshit.
Okay.
7 to 8 years,
Then
right?
go up, so it is.
7 to 8 years, I gotta send triple payments every time to
Perfect.
my normal
Yeah.
30-year amortized loan. Okay, as we get into this, you'll see the magic unfold.
It's sorcery.
Yes, exactly. Okay, the other reason is, on this particular loan, all right, you just need a 700 credit score. Doesn't matter after that. 700, you can use it for purchase, investment, primary, second home, refi, all of it, all right? But your debt to income ratio, if you're under 40%, they want to see 10% in reserves. Who knows what do you mean by reserves? Bank account, money that's accessible. 401k, something you can liquidate. So they want to see 10% reserves. So if you take $500,000 loan out, they want to see $50,000 somewhere in your world that you access. They go up to 43% DTI, that's the max, but then they want 15% reserves. Okay, they've done all this math and risk and all this stuff, and that's the reason why it hasn't defaulted.
So Johnny, not to interrupt, that 50 grand could be in my 401k.
Exactly.
Right,
So there's
okay.
a calculation. Okay, 401k is not technically liquidable, right? You can't technically liquidate it without penalty. So what we do
They're
is,
working on it.
yeah, if you have 100,000 in your 401k, we can count that as 60,000. It's 60%.
60%,
What about equity in the home? That's not.
That's not
No.
ready to be liquidated. That's not considered a reserve, okay? So that's why this hasn't defaulted. Because think about that. If you got 50,000 in reserves, that's a good year worth of payments that you could make. Or we don't make payments, right? So if you had 50,000 in the account, and since you don't, like, let's say you lost your job, or you haven't sold a house in 6 months, but you have 50,000 in your bank account, the more all-in-one, all it's gonna do is draw interest every month that it calculated. Otherwise, you'd have to figure out how to come up with a check to send a mortgage for that 6 months that you'd either out of work or didn't sell a home. So that's why this doesn't default. And that's why it's a great tool and leverage, because there is a ton of equity in our world right now. All right? There's more equity in the homes in America right now than what's traded on the stock floor in any given day. There's that much. Okay? So, anybody heard of a business sweep account?
Yes.
Okay? This is going to help you understand even more. So some banks will do a business sweep account. Business comes in the morning, they pull money into their working capital, so they can pay bills, they receive money during the day, money goes out, money goes into this account. They shut the doors, they go home. At night, that bank sweeps everything out of that account into a high interest savings. So that at midnight, it calculates interest and gives them money on what's in the account. Next morning, unlock the doors, come in, transfer money into their working capital account. Maybe it's the same amount every day. They go through the same day. Pay bills, receive income, all that stuff. Go home, sweeps it back in, earns interest. Pretty cool, right? So now think about, instead of a business, it's your mortgage. So you get a $20,000 commission today. Let's say it comes in late and you couldn't get your check go forward, but you got it deposited and you don't spend any of it. Well, tonight, it looks like you made a $20,000 payment towards your principal. Is that cool? You can use it tomorrow, right? Or you can use it tonight because it's credited, but your interest calculation is calculating $20,000 less on your loan. All right? So, what you see here is kind of it's a ledger. I created this just because This kind of is the hardest part for people to understand, how the money moves around and your interest. So on this far right is your calculated daily interest, any given day in this first 30-day period. We took a purchase price of $750, 20% down, so our loan amount is $600,000. So to make it easy, I just said, okay, we got a $4,000 interest-only payment, because that's all it is an interest-only loan. So we divide that by your 30 days, and that's how we get our calculation. All right, so your first night calculation is $133. Well, guess what? Direct deposit came in the next day, but you paid your utilities on the first or second. So now you owe $592. So you have like $7,500 in principal in that account. Your calculation dropped $2. So it goes through this every day. Like, you have car payments, you have credit cards, you have